The Mets were blanked by the San Diego Padres on Tuesday night, but the loss wasn't the only concern for Mets fans. There are now more injuries to key players in the lineup. New York Post Mets beat writer Mike Puma joins me from San Diego for some Mets talk. Mike, good to see you. Starling Marte and Pete Alonso both left Tuesday's contest with injuries. So what can you tell us about their status?
Well, both are receiving further testing before today's game. Alonso got hit in the right hand by a pitch, and initial x-rays were negative, but they want to check it out because, sometimes there's some swelling in there and you don't see everything right away. So that's obviously a big concern. And then Marte left with some quad tightness. And, we know how those things go more often than not. And those require a stay on the injury list. So, the Mets are right now waiting on the status of two big members of their lineup.
We will see what happens there. Now, the big question is if both players are to miss significant time, Mike, with these injuries, how much of an impact is this to the Mets lineup?
Well, Alonso obviously is one of the MVP candidates in the National League right now. He's got 54 RBIs, leading the league. He's the heart of that lineup. So you take Pete Alonso out of that lineup for an extended stretch, and it's a huge hit. And Marte has been very good lately. He's come around offensively, defensively. He's such a good player in right field. Puts pressure on the defense running the bases. He's certainly a guy they don't want to lose for an extended period. And obviously. Their depth will be tested if both of these guys are out, even if one of these guys is out for a while.
It absolutely will be a test. You know this, Mike. Mets fans have to be shaking their head, right? It's another injury, and we know the team has been smacked with injuries to the rotation. But do you think at this point the front office is thinking about any potential trades to fortify the roster?
Yeah, I think they've been looking around, and we're in early June, and typically you don't get a lot of deals done at this point. But I still think the biggest need, the thing to look at going to the trade deadline is the bullpen, where they can use another proven arm. But we'll see what becomes of these injuries. If this is something really long term, yeah, they're going to have to look at some lineup pieces and. And you certainly keep an eye on the rotation because DeGrom and Scherzer, as much as we hear they're progressing, they're not back yet. So, the front office is certainly active here as we move closer to the trade deadline.
We are getting closer to that trade deadline. That is Mike Puma, New York Post Mets beat writer. Mike, good to see you. Enjoy the weather and the game out in San Diego.
Thank you.